Can we just discuss the nastiness that is my cars? Like, I can't put my clothes on. Like, can we talk about this? Like, I want to put my jumper on so that one sleeve is not all the way out here. Please. Hi guys, it's Nyasha here, and my eyeliner is acting a hot mess, but I don't care because I am more than a conqueror. So today I realized that I was such a little brat when I was young. Like, for most of my life as a kid I wasn't that bad, but then I have my one-off days where I just decided to act a hot mess. So I decided what better thing to do than tell YouTube about it. So let's get right into it. So the first time that I can remember where I acted like a brat was probably when I was like, I think I was 4 years old, and it was just after my little brother was born. And like, this isn't even a big deal. Okay, it's a big deal, but it's not. Like, what had happened was we're sitting outside on these stairs, and it was like a little set of stairs, like 1 meter off the ground. And we're sitting at the top of the stairs, and my little brother was sitting with this little sippy cup. And he couldn't walk then, so he was just learning how to crawl. So he dropped his sippy cup over the staircase, and me being the little diva I am, I was like, that is not my problem. Like, why should I get it? You dropped it. So I kind of sat there and watched him as his little mind made him crawl over to the edge, and he just kind of fell. And 1 meter doesn't sound that bad. It wasn't that bad, actually. It really wasn't that bad. I mean, he hurt his head, had to spend 2 days in the hospital, but other than that, he was okay. And that story isn't even that bad because it wasn't my problem. Like, it wasn't my problem. Next thing that happened was, I think I was 7 or 8, somewhere in between that kind of age. And what had happened was my little brother and I were about to have breakfast, and Mom had made porridge, and it was like hot porridge. And I happened to want one, like the little plate with the blue little flowers on them. And my little brother grabbed it, and he was like 1 at the time. And so he grabbed the plate. I got real frustrated real quick, and I took my hot plate of porridge and poured it over his head. It was hot porridge. He got a little burnt, but he was okay. It wasn't like major burns or anything, but he took my porridge. Don't take my stuff. The next thing that happened, I was, I think, 8 or 9. This is sort of criminal. Like, after school, I used to catch the bus to a certain bus stop, and then I'd walk into the shopping center, and it was a supermarket. And Mum would usually give us like, what is it called? Mom would give us pocket money. And so I'd walk in and I'd buy like a little snack, and then I'd walk home. But this one day I'd used up all my pocket money at school. And so what I did the same thing, got off the bus, walked to the supermarket, got in, and there was this chocolate, and I really wanted it. So what I did was, we had those school shorts which on the inside you have a little pocket, and it was school policy that you can't wear a uniform without tucking in your t-shirt. So I pulled out my t-shirt real quick, and then I like had one of those, I was such a drama kid, had one of those like, oh my gosh, my shirt is not tucked in, I should tuck it in, while holding this chocolate bar in hand. So I tucked my shirt in, snuck the chocolate bar into the little pocket on the inside, and then I was like, okay, cool, my shirt's tucked in. Time to go home now. I took it. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I didn't realize that supermarkets had security cameras. So one day, I'm just chilling at home, and Dad calls me, and he sits me down, he's like, you know, stealing is bad, right? And I was like, yeah. It is. It really is. He's like, have you been stealing? And I was like, anyway, he just had this big conversation with me and told me about the security cameras, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, I didn't fully fess up to it. I was just like, yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about, so. But I've stopped. I'm clean. I'm clean. I'm like 10 years clean. The fourth, what are we on? 1, 2, 3, fourth. The fourth thing that happened, I think I was 9 years old, and I was playing outside, and we had a housemaid, and the maid came outside and told me I had to go inside and do my homework, but I didn't want to. I was still playing, like I wasn't ready. Someone's walking outside my room. She said she was gonna go tell Dad, and I didn't like that, so what I did what any normal little 9-year-old kid would do. I picked up a brick, like a big brick, and as she turned around to go tell Dad, I kind of just threw it at her, and I didn't think I would hit her. Like, I was 9 years old and it was a big brick. But I didn't just hit her, I hit her right in the back of the head. Like, really, really hard, like she was bleeding. And, like, when I hit her, part of me was like, I can throw a brick. And then the other part of me kind of kicked in and was like, you gonna die today. Like, this is how you die. Like, so instead of, like, apologizing, I ran and hid because I knew she was gonna go tell Dad. And then I was gonna get my butt whooped, so I hid. Needless to say, Dad found me and I got whooped. One of the last things I did that I can remember is I was 10 years old, and at the time we had 2 of my cousins who lived with us as well. One night I wet the bed, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, oh my gosh, I've peed myself. And so I got up and changed my pajamas, put clean ones on, hid the wet ones, and then I was sharing a bed with my cousin. And so what I did was I pushed her over to the wet side of the bed, and I like went to the bathroom, scooped some water, and came and like threw it in her pajama bottoms so it looked like she'd wet herself. And then I went back to sleep. And in the morning, Mom found her and she thought she'd wet the bed. So I'm gonna come clean right now and say, I'm sorry, Mom, it was me. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, that's my stories of me as a rebel child. I never know how to end these things. Okay, so like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me what you guys want to see more of in the comments below. And yeah, I guess that's it from me. So, deuces.